up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Y'all, it's me, Erica. Honey, it's Friday. We are down here, honey. I didn't have this thing on. I just looked down. So we down here, honey. It's Friday. Go ahead and like, subscribe, or comment. Let the people know you stopped by. Let me turn into this place. I just said this morning that we're gonna have to move it on the inside, honey, because it's dark. I feel like I had to put my lights on this coming out. He's losing weight. He's trying to stay healthy, honey. He looks like he's losing weight. I always see that man, this old black man walking. So, yeah, so I'm down here listening to the new SZA, right? You know, SZA is my girl, right? SZA's been my girl since about, I want to say about 2015. 2015. Yeah, SZA's been my girl since about 2015. And I'm trying to park straight. And then I can put this down microphone. Did I already tell you to like, subscribe, and comment and timestamp? I was watching, girl. I like this song. You see the video with Lakeith Stanfield? I'm sorry, I like him. I do. He might be problematic. We don't know. Most of them are. I think the only one who isn't problematic is Kehlani's child's father. I think that's the only one. I think he's the only one that got some sense. I was like, she picked the right person to have a kid with. Like, that is what you call, like, okay, I know I don't want to be married. I know I want to do this or whatever, but I want a baby. And he is who I want to have a baby with because he is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it seems to be working. And I love it. If you don't know nothing about Kehlani and her child's father, it is a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. That's how you choose a partner. Anyways, that was just random because I don't know why. So let's go to the blogs, honey.
I sponsor the blog.
Let me tell you something.
Let's see what's going on. So I was listening to SZA. Yes, I like SZA. Let me keep the car on for a little while because it's a little. I said we're gonna have to take it inside pretty soon. We will. We'll have to take it inside pretty soon. I hope everybody's doing well. What y'all doing? I'm nosy. Trying to see. Trying to see what y'all doing. Okay, let's see what I saved on the blogs. I had to go in my little saved area, you know, on the Instagram, and I had to delete a whole bunch of stuff. I had a whole bunch of stuff saved. I have to always remember to go back and unsave the stuff that we already talk about. So I had to do a lot of housekeeping yesterday. Okay, so let's see where I start off. All right, let's see. Love is Blind alum Lauren Speed calls out the show for cutting out black women. How come they always in the trailer but not on the show? What? Let's see. Girl, I don't like how Love is Blind be cutting all the black women. How come they are always in the trailer but not on the show? Now, you know, Lauren is from the first season of Love is Blind. She ended up marrying the white dude. What's his name? I don't remember his name. We'll see. I know it's slim pickings, but about 85% of them couples be forced, just moving forward for entertainment purposes. That's what I said. Like, I don't know if it's like, now when you look at Love is Blind, it seems like it's a bunch of people who want to be actors, or they're influencers in some sort of way. They want to be on, they want to get themselves out there, right? And I know a lot of these shows, like when you look at all of these, most of these reality shows where it's about coupling and couples getting together, like what is it called, Fantasy Island, what the one where they have to, Too Hot to Handle, all of these shows where it's like a relationship thing, and where all the people are young and sexy and desirable. Those shows, most of those people want to be actors. Most of those people have headshots. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they go to these shows and it's like, you're really going to play around with this when there's really people who really want to be married. Like they really want to be married. They really want to find whatever. They really want to do that thing. And then there's people who are playing on there. So I think production does move the people who they know they'll go through with it. They want to be in this limelight so bad, they will fake and go all the way through and get married to somebody, honey. Yes, they will do it. They've done it. And then they go through and they're like, girl, y'all don't even look like, y'all don't match, y'all don't nothing. Y'all going through this and like, what are you doing? Like, you don't have to do this. That's what I'll be looking at them shows like, girl, you know you don't have to do this, right? But they know they don't have to do it, but they want to do it because they're trying to get themselves out there. It's true. It's true. She says, I know it's slim pickings, but about 85% of them couples be forced, just moving forward for entertainment purposes anyways. Y'all could at least force some more sisters to move forward throughout the show. Somebody says, I wonder what it is. Are they not clicking enough with the other participants? How do they think they choose what makes the final show? She says, it's the couples that get engaged that aren't even shown sometimes. I think they only show what they deem most entertaining. Of course, it's a produced show, and if you again, if you're gonna get someone like that girl who, like, were they on Love Is Blind? What was that other show? Ultimatum? I don't know. With a black girl, with the curly hair. I can't remember her name. Natalie. I don't know. I'm just making up her name, child. And that other guy, the black dude, and they were together, and she went to his house and he wanted to be out all night and stuff like that, and he really wanted to be with the Latina girl, and then he picked her second when the Latina girl went with the guy that she didn't really like. He was like an old, quiet, tortured art soul, type of dude, artist, so emotional and sensitive and stuff like that. She didn't want him. She really connected with the black dude, but then I don't know, I guess she felt like the Latin dude would treat her better or whatever, and she didn't really like him, but she wanted to be with the nigga who wants to be out all night or whatever. It's a mess. I didn't get to watch I want to watch the After the Altar, Love Is Blind After the Altar, because she was like, I don't want you touching me. Like, that girl with the short hair, I can't remember her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She don't want to be with that dude, and she went through and they got married, and it's like, why did you get married to this dude from the beginning? First, you were second choice. Girl, no, absolutely not. Don't you ever in your life take that like, oh, you didn't choose the other girl, so you chose me instead. Okay, I'll marry you. No, absolutely not. And I don't know why. And that's the part that I don't understand about these shows, is you don't see the people being like really being like, are you sure you want to do this? You don't even seem like you're happy. It's like, let's just go along with it, okay? It's like, that's not worth it to me. That's not worth it to me. But on the other end of the thing, life is a journey. And if you want to go on a television show where you can play like you got married to somebody and y'all get married and you had your little 15 minutes of fame, when you're 50, 60 years old, you can turn around and be like, girl, when I was in my 20s, I went on a show called Love Is Blind and I married a motherfucker girl. We was married for like a year, 18 months. It was a mess and I shouldn't have done it. But girl, it's a story to tell. That's another way to look at it. That's how I feel. That's another way to look at it. So, them not pushing forward the black girls, I mean, that's what it is. They probably, I don't know why they don't think. I don't understand. I think it's a little insulting the way they make it seem like black people don't watch television. I don't understand, because you could even see how the ratings increase when they introduce black cast members to shows that are typically all white. Like for example, The Housewives. There are a lot of black people were not watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and that's just facts. A lot of black people did not watch New York at all. Black people watched, yes. There's people who, but there are a lot that started watching right when Garcelle came on the show, and it's true. Salt Lake City. I'm sure you can look at Salt Lake City and probably think a lot of people stopped watching because Mary Cosby's not on there anymore. The seasoning is gone. It doesn't taste. I don't even want to sit at the table anymore. I don't even watch Salt Lake City. And then I saw something this morning that Jen Shaw might not be coming to the reunion. It's like, is that another Dallas installment? Like, I feel like another Dallas situation, because I feel like, girl, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like because I'm not watching it, it's not good. It might be good, but I don't know. Like, the ratings have to be down because I'm not watching the child. I don't know. Let's see. Social users debate over the way TD Jakes condemned a church visitor. I would have left. Did y'all see that, TD Jakes? Some people were like thinking that this woman, hold on, let me turn this down. He was in the church talking to this woman, and like there was like in a circle surrounding her, and she's moving her body all, move your body like a snake, girl, rubbing her face. She looked like she's having some type of mental, like, episode, right? Something is happening. Clearly something is happening. She has on regular clothes, like she's not necessarily dressed for church. So we don't know what's going on. But TD Jakes is talking to her, and when I first watched it, I felt like the woman was acting like, there are some times within the church, there are things that happen for real, and then there are things that happen for show. And honestly, when I first watched this, I was like, okay, she's acting up, right? And when I mean acting up, is that she is putting on a show. And I think he was saying, I'm not playing that game with you. That's what I felt like he was saying to her. People in the comments were like, he was talking to a spirit, that the woman was having some type of, episode where the spirit he was talking to the spirit. He wasn't talking to her. But when you listen to him, I was thinking he was telling her, we're not about to play right now, so we're not playing right now. And then some people were like, oh, TD Jakes was speaking to her. He didn't have to speak to her in that way. He was speaking down to her. A lot of people are still on TD Jakes' ass when he was talking about how women are masculine and all this other stuff, when it's nothing but women. The majority of his parishioners are women. So it's like you're insulting the very women who are coming to you for you to help them understand whatever the F is going on in their lives while their husbands sit at home. You have the majority of the people in the, same as therapy. They come to church to find some type of help and guidance, and you sitting up there telling them they masculine, and they really, really running, and they're really, 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 really running shit. Right? So while you're insulting women for being masculine, you got to think about it. Okay, so what does that mean? If somebody has to step into a role where there's a deficiency, what does that mean? That means there's a deficiency somewhere. So instead of looking at where the person is taking up for the deficiency, look at the deficiency, okay? And a lot of people are still on his ass about that. So here he is talking to a woman in this way. Now, you listen to TD Jakes and let me know what you think. And I'm sure you already saw it. It was on the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. You let me know what you think. Like I said, for me, when I first saw it, I thought he was talking to her like, I'm not going to play with you because you want to buck and, you know, you got the spirit in you. I'm not playing with you. Some people said he was talking, some people's perspective was he was talking down to her. He shouldn't have talked to her like that. And then other people were saying he was speaking to a spirit. So let's listen.
And for your life, open your eyes. No power can stop you. Look at me. No power can stop this. No power can stop this. Wow. No power can stop this. Your change. No, 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 no. If you're gonna have my attention, you're gonna have to respect me. Oh. You're gonna have to respect me. Which means you're gonna stand up like a grown woman and we're gonna have a conversation. You got it? Yes. Okay, good. Because I'm a grown man filled with the Holy Ghost. You came down this aisle because you wanted something from God. And none of those other voices can stop you from having it. Wow. It's a plan for your life.
Okay, so this person said, I watched today, it's real. He hasn't done it in a while, but he and his wife are not afraid of evil spirits and will bring them under subjection. And then someone else said, the way I would have grabbed my keys and my purse and left. And she hollering about some, yes, sir. Please don't come at me. I always love TD Jakes. I'm just feeling some type of way. I don't know. Some people said they would have left, but I think that person means I would have left because they've never seen someone in spirit. So they would have left, like they were afraid. And then like some people in the comments are like saying, y'all ain't never been to church. He's definitely talking to a spirit. When these types of things happen in church, growing up as children, they took us out of church. I was waiting on someone to remove that child next to her. The world doesn't understand who and what he was speaking to. We are a culture of misinformation. We fall for it every time. Some people are not going to understand, but he was talking to that demon in her acting up. If you don't know the power of Jesus, of the Holy Spirit, then you wouldn't understand how real this is. That's really odd to even say, because that concept of spirit actually is ingrained in every single religious practice. It's not just through Jesus. Okay. I don't know why y'all acting like it's not spiritual warfare out here. See, those are those people that always want to be at war. They're always fighting. It's always a fear. It's always, I can't do it. He's talking to a spirit in her. One thing I will not debate over the internet is this. So don't say nothing to me. He's not speaking to the lady like that, but the spirit that's inside of her, he's letting it know that he's not afraid of it. So now who I worship and the power he has is because of the coverage of God has over him. Come on, y'all. People don't attend church wouldn't get it. Girl, I don't have nothing to do with nothing. Okay, anyways. But yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think. That's what I thought. I thought he was telling the lady, we're not playing today. Don't stand up, because we're not playing this thing where you buck and you act up. We're not playing that game. So what y'all think of it? So some of the people were upset, saying that he was speaking to her like in a misogynistic way, you know, speaking down to her. Like I said, some people are still on the heels of, you know, how he was speaking in the church a few months ago. Yeah, they said that Kanye West came out and apologized to the Jewish community. Did not apologize to the black community, but you know, that's the script. Yeah. So, as we move on, he lost everything though. I don't know if anybody is going to go back on, they took everything like within 3 days. Everything was gone in 3 days. So, you know, it is what it is what it is. It is what it is, child. Okay, so let's listen to this. Lala reveals she isn't interested in getting married again or dating another NBA player. Oh, before we get into Lala, Ashanti. I did watch the Ashanti interview or podcast with Angie Martinez. I watched the whole thing. And, Irv Gotti seems to be a shit-eating pig. And, they had some great times together. And the chemistry was great in the studio. He has an idea of the relationship that was not what it was. She was not his girlfriend. She was loyal to Murder Inc. He's lying, blatantly lying. And I believe her, it's just disgusting. Like, I feel like when she said that it was a time to promote your documentary and you used me to do so. You used this weird ass made up story, some shit that you didn't made up. Why was it about me? Why you didn't make it about your legacy? Why was it about me every fucking interview? And I felt that way when Baby came out and tried to promote his album by saying he was screwing Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, they use women. They use women, and if they can, in any way they can. I'm going to use you to promote my album. I'm going to use you to promote my documentary. I'm going to use our story, inflate the truth, and then look like this bitter old fat man, old nasty, wrinkly, boils under the neck and the folds of your neck, nasty, shit-eating pig. Yeah. And that's what you come out looking like, right? And I'm glad at one point she just like, her mother was like in the background. He did take advantage of her. They do take advantage. But it's like, it's sad. It's really, really sad. And that's why they start looking the way they do. It was somebody I was looking at the other day. Who was I looking at? I was like, ooh, he looks really like worn down, like behind the face. It was, I can't remember who it was, but it was one of these YOLO niggas, out here just living the life, doing what they do or whatever, like Lala and Carmelo Anthony, living their lives, doing whatever. They start looking old because you mistreat people, you mistreated people. Look at you. It's almost like a progressive, it's like a slow progression, but it's like, when they do those, like when a kid goes missing and then they try to do an age progression and the face, it's like a very slow progression and you can see their face looking all old and stuff. It's just like the life is leaving their face. That's what it looks like. That's when you mistreat people. That's how I feel. Like, you mistreat people. Lala says no more marriage and no more NBA players. I honestly don't understand why women marry NBA players. I don't understand why anyone would marry anybody in, especially music and sports, television and film. If there's somebody with like a personality type, like a Kevin Hart, or like, I'm trying to think who else, like somebody who has like an inflated sense of self, like they can get in trouble in television and film. But typically it's like comedy too, music, sports, because there are always going to be women who just really, there's not, it's just the way that it's designed. And it's like, for you to even assume that somebody who, like, it's weird to assume that in a world where it's acceptable for them to do these things, and it's acceptable for you to stay. So I guess that's where it comes from. Like, they're going to do it because the way that the script goes is you have to know. Like, you can I don't think that a woman married to anyone in sports thinks that her husband is going to be faithful. You can't. I just don't understand how you can expect that. I think it's a weird, really weird expectation. I think it's a really weird position to put yourself in. But women put themselves in that position because they're looking for security and they want to be married, I guess. But it's like when you think about like Nicole Young, when I think about like Dr. Dre, and knowing what you know about him and how violent he is and how he looks like contents are under pressure, like he's about to explode at any minute. Like that's why I feel like didn't he have an aneurysm or something like that? Like that nigga looked like he's about to explode like a ticking time bomb. And you're with this person for this whole time and all this time, and he's violent, he's abusive, and he's all these things, but the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed to, it's like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it? And then is it worth like knowing, like, is it worth it? Some probably feel that it's worth it. In so and so city, and the girls are wild in that city, right? Didn't Kobe go to Denver? Wasn't he in Denver or something like that? And Lala's talking about, ooh, it's Miami, it's LA, it's New York. The girls are wild down there. Everywhere, honey. And that's the script. I wouldn't encourage anybody to marry somebody in that industry. It's weird. I think it's very weird. I think it's really weird. But let's hear what Lala has to say. All right. It says, let's see. She's on the Breakfast Club. Let's see.
Your work, like, do you even care about a love life at this point? Or is it just all business?
You know what? When it gets cold outside, then I care about the love life. Then I'm like, hold up. All this work ain't shit, because right now I want... It's cold outside.
When you're not working, you need a little...
Yeah, then I'm like, damn, like summertime, I'm like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah.
But then when it's winter, I'm like, nah, this
you caught the bouquet, so that means that at some point,
is
you're
that what that
supposed to be
means?
next.
Yeah, we went to Notorious wedding, and I caught the bouquet.
So
Imagine. I'll never get married again. No, I'm not.
Have you committed yourself to your work? Like,
I'm really not dating. It's so crazy. I'm not. I don't know. It's just like, there's nothing has come my way that's really caught my...
I'm sure there's thousands of dudes in the DMs, thousands of dudes trying to holler at you.
But thousands of dudes doesn't mean it's the right dude.
Right.
Or the one that you're
you
like,
gotta sift them.
Take time out of your schedule to make time
Put them through the sifter.
Thousands of dudes are in Angela's DM. I mean, it's thousands of dudes all over the place, but it's
right.
The right.
Don't mean nothing. It's thousands of dudes everywhere.
It's gotta be the right. Don't that I've experienced it, and I know the good and the bad that happened to me, so it's not something I want to experience again. I can have an incredible relationship with somebody and not be married. I feel like marriage at times, and I'm not knocking anybody who's married. It didn't work for me. I'm all for anyone it worked for, but I feel like marriage at times becomes very much like a business thing. And what I found with marriage is easy to get into and harder to get out of when you're dealing with lawyers and this and that. It just gets really complicated. It's just like I don't feel like I need that.
What is Lala looking for? Are you looking for somebody young girl?
This checklist of like what I prefer. I think I'm a really cool, down to earth person. I just want somebody I could vibe with. It's less about somebody like what you have. Obviously, I want somebody with ambition and somebody that's doing something with themselves, but I'm good. I want somebody like I could sit and have a conversation with. I could vibe out with, have fun, laugh, be spontaneous, do fun stuff. It's not just, for me, it's not like, oh, how much money does he make? Oh, what car he got? It is like, that's not it for me.
Would you date another athlete?
I think I would stay away from the NBA.
Okay.
You know, there's other. I think the NBA,
MLB, NFL, soccer.
This checklist.
Not NFL, honey. They violent as hell. They look, child. They are too violent over there. They be going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over there, child. No, ma'am. Let's see what else is going on the blogs. Yeah, so yeah, with Lala, yeah, getting married again. Like, that's what I'm saying. For some people, like I was talking about, Love is Blind. For some people, they feel like, okay, I've done it. Okay, I'm gonna check that off on the things to do in life. Okay, get married. It lasted for however long. I don't want to do that again. I'm good, right? And they're like, after a while, there comes a time where you're like, okay, I've done it. I got the shirt. Got the therapy receipts. Okay, I'm good. I don't want to do it again. Thank you very much. It's not for me. You understand what I'm saying? But some people, like I said, they'll go from person to person to person to person to person to person to person, looking for I don't know what the fuck, but going from person to person to person to person to person. Hello, bye. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so that so some people are just gonna be like, okay, chance. Yeah, don't nobody want that. And then it's a headache, and then you got to deal with somebody who it's a lot of stuff. And it's just like, it's a bunch of people. It is a bunch of people. Tell people all the time. Dick is a plenty and of low value. If you really want to talk about it, it's of low value because they'll give it to anybody who will take it. And that's the truth. They will give it to anybody who will take it, and that makes it less valuable. So there's a bunch of dick out there. You can, honey, throw something in the air and catch a dick, because they're willing to give it to anybody who will take it from them. Okay, so you got to sift through, you got to filter through, and when you're done sifting and filtering, you come out with nothing. But don't you lower your damn standards. I'll be telling y'all, don't lower your standards, because that's when you let in foolishness. Red flag, out the door. I don't care. Oh, no potential. No, none of that. Yes, it's plenty of people in the DMs. It is plenty of people in the DMs. But girl, ain't nobody got time for that. You catch the bouquet, honey. Thank you. Put them in some water.
You promote.
Oh, I watched the Surreal Life last night. With Tamar, August, Stormy Daniels, Dennis Rodman, Manny, the makeup artist, Kim Coles, Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle, and who else? I think I'm missing somebody. I think I got everybody. August Alsina. Who else? Stormy Daniels. Oh, that wrestler girl. CJ, I think that's her name, or something like that. I honestly, from the beginning, okay, first of all, Dennis Rodman is he's a ticking time bomb. He gets emotional. He drinks all day long. He keeps his sunglasses on all day long. Do y'all remember the Surreal Life back in the day? Oh my God. August Alsina, I was like, I cannot stand like bitchiness. I just don't like it. Like, it's so typical. Like, okay, so everybody comes in the house, they get their beds or whatever. Stormy Daniels is the last person to show up. Everybody picked their rooms. They're sharing rooms. August picks a room that has the last bed in it. So of course, when Stormy gets there, that's going to be her bed. He said he already set his space up the way he wants to. He didn't want her disturbing his peace or whatever. He threw her bed down to the first floor and put it on the side of, like, behind another bed. Like, he moved her bed area because he didn't want her in the space. So now he has the space all to himself. And I was like, he's so like, I can't stand it, because it's like, he says like really deep things, like he wants to connect and, with the empathy and stuff like that. But then it's like you get glimpses of this little bitch, like and then when I'm looking at him, like, how the fuck was Jada like you look at your little bitchy ass, like, absolutely not. No, I was looking at him like, how could she even sit there? What was they talking about? That's the first thing I start thinking about when he's like acting bitchy, right? And it's like, Dennis Rodman did not like that he moved that woman's bed like that and like threw it down and then like moved it to the side and then, you know, moved all her blankets and stuff like that. Dennis Rodman was like, I don't like that he did that. So later he gets like, Dennis Rodman asked August Alsina a question about something. And while he's trying to answer it, Dennis Rodman like stands up and then he comes over to the table and then he says something again and like interrupts him. He was like, August Alsina was like, well, if you just let me fucking talk. And then, you know, Dennis Rodman gets emotional or whatever, but you know, he's always drunk. But the thing is, he's picking with him. He keeps calling him, he won't call him August. He keeps calling him Alvin, Mr. A, Mr. A. He won't call him by his name. And I think he's mad at him for the way that he did that girl or whatever. So I was like, August Alsina is a little bitchy to me. Like, I don't like that. I was like, ugh, why would he do her like that? Why did he throw her bed down like that? Anyways, and then Tamar, I think he's going to say something to Tamar, Dennis Rodman. And it's so weird. Like, you see how Dennis Rodman is like this curmudgeon. He's like this grumpy old man. Like, she describes him like the old man who drinks the whole time, sitting down, listening to people's conversations, and then like analyzing people and sitting back and analyzing people and just watching people, right? And that's exactly what he's doing. But then Tamar adds this kind of, starts calling him Pop Pop, right? And then like Dennis Rodman says that Tamar reminds him of like his sisters or his cousins or something like that. Like, you know, like a family member, whatever, you know, she's always running her mouth, but I think they get into it later. But it's weird that he's like this grumpy old man and she gives him this term of endearment. Like, you want to love on this grumpy old man. Like, it's so weird. I was like, why is she doing that? But it's I guess whatever. Like, you could see, but he's like, and then like Kim Coles was like, why don't you take your glasses off? We can still feel you even though we can't see your eyes. So you can hide your eyes basically all you want to. He has not taken his sunglasses off at all. And I'm like, why do they have to be so dark? I mean, at least wear some shades. I mean, can we see like a glimpse of your eyes? Like, that's, to me, I probably wouldn't want to engage with him if he had his sunglasses on the whole time, because you really can't connect like that. So I don't know. So y'all let me know what y'all think of the Surreal life. We'll talk about it during these like, you know, little videos or whatever. And let me know, because I'm watching the Surreal life because I want to see what happens next week, because I think Dennis Rodman says something to Tamar and she starts crying. And I like what I'm saying. It's like, you put yourselves in these positions to like, you want to comfort these old mean men, and it's like, they're mean. What do you, why are you giving him a term of endearment? Like, I can see holding space for him because you could tell like he is a very emotional person, Dennis Rodman. But to be like, oh, you know, we love you, and like, I get it, like I get it, like, we love you and all this other stuff, but he's grumpy, and then he's gonna end up, I don't know why she's crying next week. Tamar is like, has her hands in her face, and Dennis Rodman is like getting super emotional and out of control. But he's drinking all day. And then like the girl, the wrestler girl, I guess she understands that Dennis Rodman likes white women. And so she keeps like hanging around him. She keeps saying, oh, my husband wouldn't like it if I shared a room with Dennis Rodman. And then she's like, oh, Dennis Rodman is my drinking buddy now. And it's like, she keeps putting herself around him. And then like, she was standing over there. She was like, what did she say? She was like, I'm going to go put my bikini on. And Dennis Rodman I don't know what he was doing. They don't have their phones. I don't know what he was doing. He was not paying attention to the girl at all. She was like, I'm going to go get my bikini. And he was like, and then like, she finally like walked away. Like, he was not responding. And then like, as she's walking away, he goes, oh, okay. Like, what are you telling me for? I don't know if she's trying to get his attention or whatever, but he's just not, I don't know where Dennis Rodman is. He's already mentioned his children, like, not fucking with him as a dad. And then like, Manny, he's there. Manny, when he saw August Alsina, he almost fainted, honey. Tamar is attracted. She was like, I can understand why what's her name got into it. Yeah, it's a vibe, but when you listen to him and then when you see his actions, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to watch these niggas. They be spiritual and they feel you, and you can feel like you connect to their heart center, but then you have to watch them as well. You watch their actions, right? Because that talking, like that gets you right here. What did the lady say? This, when you get into a woman right here, you can open her legs. And but you got to sit back and watch how that nigga moves. And him throwing Stormy Daniels' bed over the rail, that's whack. That's just whack. And you're like, oh, I made my space for myself. You're not going to disrupt my energy. You're not going to disrupt my frequency. I got it all together over there. And she's like, okay. I mean, I can sleep anywhere. You know, I can sleep on a park bench. That's what she was saying, all this other stuff. But the fact is that his actions in doing that, I was like, you whack. I see you, girl. I see you, August, girl. You're a mess. Anyways, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this Surreal Life. I like it. I'm going to watch it because I really want to see what's going to happen with Tamar and Dennis Rodman, because I'm telling you, like, you giving him, like, I don't know, it's not coddling. It's almost like making it seem like he's this, you know, I don't know, like this wise old man. Like, I don't know. She was like kind of like loving towards him, wanting to be loving towards him, and he's already exhibiting that he's like antisocial, and he's a little mean. And it's like you want to love on somebody like that, but and really you should really like create a space between you and a person like that. You giving him a nickname and all this other stuff, he seems to like it. Like, he seems to like it, but he's complaining that he doesn't like it, but he seems to like it. But I think it's gonna, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna put Tamar in a vulnerable space, and he's gonna hurt her. And that's just like Tamar's story. You know what I mean? Like, it just keeps playing itself in relationship. That's why it doesn't matter who you're in a relationship with. It plays out who you're in a relationship with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyways. Ooh, it says Tory Lanez placed on house arrest until Megan Thee Stallion trial starts. Did y'all hear DJ Envy saying he wasn't charged with the August Alsina thing? Why would they put him on house arrest? That was just an allegation. I was like, look at this nigga going up for this terrorist. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't imagine if Tory Lanez shot his daughter in the damn foot. Would he want this motherfucking terrorist roaming around, his buckles clinking everywhere, jumping up, hitting people in the face? He would want his ass sitting down somewhere in a house too. I could not believe DJ Envy was like sitting on the damn airwaves, like really trying to make a case as to why Tory Lanez should not be on house arrest after he allegedly assaulted August Alsina. Like, girl, go sit your raggedy ass. I said, these niggas. And it's like, you don't even realize, like, what are you doing? Like, are you defending right now? There are times when you don't even have to talk. You don't have to talk. You don't even have to have an opinion. You could just be like, you know, the times when they're talking about women being hurt and this and that, and y'all can't seem to figure out the opinion. Y'all be like, oh, wow. That when the story comes out, y'all be really mum and really silent, very few words. But when it's a man, and you feel like this man is being mistreated, y'all just really get vocal. It's so weird. But you know that you don't have to be as vocal. You could use the same few words that you use when a woman is being mistreated. You could do the same when a man is being mistreated, where you feel like somebody is being done wrong. Y'all always want to go up for the weird shit. It's just like, girl, I was like, listen to Envy. I wish y'all could hear him. I don't even want to go to the video. Billy Porter says he doesn't listen to hip hop because the anti-gay rhetoric it has pushed in the past, it was for his own survival. Listen to him. Listen.
A black man get in trouble for saying things. Would you ever want to talk to them? Would you ever want to talk to Boosie or talk to the baby? Or
First of all, I don't know who they are.
They laughing.
All right.
Let me say that. And here's the reason. Right. Because I talk about it in my book.
Yeah. Shit's about to get real.
Hip hop came along. My childhood was very traumatizing. Mm-hmm. I was bullied. I was beaten. I was put out of the church. I was all of those things. And hip hop started to emerge. And the first narrative was fuck the police. The second narrative on the list was kill the faggots. I missed hip hop because I had to extract myself from that energy so I could save myself. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know who these people are. You know, I let the hip hop singers in, Mary J. Blige, you know, the nice rappers, you know, the puffies and the things like that. Yep, I got all of that. Yeah. But I missed a lot of that culture. I'm not proud of it. And it was for my own survival.
That makes sense.
So I don't know none of these people.
It's okay, Billy.
I don't know about Lil Boozy. I don't know who the fuck that is. Just like he don't know who I am. Or he may now. Right? But when people come for me and talk about me shoving my gayness down their throats and blah, 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 I'm like, turn the page.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Like I did.
Child, we're going to end it with that. We're going to end it with Billy Porter, honey. He's right. And not only is it anti-gay, it's anti-woman. And I think, you know, I grew up on hip hop. I did. And I listened to all the words. And when you grow up a bit and you listen, you're like, damn. And then you understand how, of course, music influences culture. It influences how we interact with each other. And when you're listening to music all day that is degrading and homophobic, degrading to women and homophobic, that's going to shape the culture. And if you can't survive within that culture, you gotta remove yourself. You can't listen to, a lot of people are like, we can't listen to that music anymore. Listen to the way that they spoke about women and how hyper masculine, it's toxic, it's degrading, it's violent, it's just low vibrating. And it's like, and it's funny that he says, you know, he had to remove himself in order to survive. And it's funny because the music is all about being in survival mode, like personifying all the 7 deadly sins, like on some real shit, like if you think about it. And that's constantly being emitting from whatever screen, whatever speaker. And that is, you know, you're listening to it. So it does shape a culture. And the culture is very anti-woman. It's very anti-black. It's very anti-gay. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. And it's sad and it's true. And a lot of people, you know, we'd be lying if to say hip hop isn't filled with homophobia. They laughing and he spit nothing but facts, different stories, same genre regarding gays in the church. After watching the entire clip, I definitely understand where he's coming from. Gangster rap has always been low vibrational. I share a similar opinion because of how they talk about women and how the majority of them treat women, especially black women, and it has molded our minds. Grown genders now, I don't understand what that means. These rappers even disrespect their own mothers. I get it because the way how some rap about women, listen to what she says. I get it because the way how some rap about women, I be turned off from their music. Ooh. Wow. I really don't understand why anyone's sexual preference bothers anyone. Live your life and let them live theirs. Simple. Understandable. Homophobia is gross. Totally understand. That's how he feels, and his feelings are valid. Man, this makes sense on so many levels. Tell him, pray tell, I can listen to more classical music and R&B. A lot of people are saying they understand. I don't blame him. After Dolph, I backed off from rap, not completely, because it's just serial killer 304 dark days ass music. There's no balance for it to have so much influence. It's true. And you have to understand it's music, it's the vibration, and to constantly be in that state, that it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy. But, and you,
Baby or Lil Boosie or other.
And he's like, I don't know who these niggas are. They don't know who I am because I'm not in that culture. Because they don't like me in that culture. They don't like women in the culture. And that's the crazy part. They don't like the women, but the women want to partner with them. It's really crazy. And they don't even like the women. But anyways, y'all, that's all I said. Billy, we're going to end on Billy Porter. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.